Hi and good morning. My name is Carrick Williams. I'm the owner of Carrick Williams Photography LLC. We're located at 811 Hickory Glen Drive, Sefner, Florida 33584. We are a certified MBE, DBE, and SBA firm. Today's date is Monday, January 25th, 2021. Another absolutely gorgeous day. Just look around me, behind me. The Lord gave us to work out here, and we're really thankful for that. Our client today is Allstate Construction Incorporated. Their Tampa's office is located at 4509 North Nebraska Avenue, Tampa, Florida 33603. Our main contact for this assignment with Allstate is Mr. Dewey Kale. He's a senior project manager, and Mr. Carter Johnson, who's going to be the site superintendent on this job. Both those guys' information, complete information, will be on the screen during this introduction. Today's project is in Port Charlotte, Florida. It's the Douglas T. Jacobson State Veterans Nursing Home renovations. The facility itself is located at 21281 Grayton Terrace in Port Charlotte. And that information will be on the screen also, along with the job number, which is 20-3001. Now on site, the facility manager here is Mr. Wayne Stark, and his number will be on the screen. Our assignment today is to record the pre-existing conditions of the site. In this case, the exterior driveway, walkway, and the exterior of the buildings only. So we're going to be documenting the pre-existing conditions before the guys come here and bring all the tools and equipment and start working on the facility. That's about it, okay? Let's get going. We're going to start the recording now. We're actually going to start a little ways away from the facility. We're at the entrance. This is the main road. We're on the corner of Jacobson Way and Buckingham Boulevard. This is just north of the facility. It's about a block away. But this is going to be the main entrance where the guys come off the main road and turn onto the facility. So we're going to do like a 360-degree view at this point. Looking east now. Turning around toward the north. Looking west, and then back toward the south. In the background, you should be able to see the facility. We're going to start walking toward the south now, looking at the roadway, getting up to the facility. The asphalt in this area is in good condition. At the entrance, there's some minor cracking, but it's just a little bit of wear. There's nothing much to report here. I wanted to just show this roadway here before we get to the facility specifically because there's two residences here, and one is a brand new residence we're looking at in a second being built, and one's a current resident, and we want to make sure we show the conditions of the roadway, driveway, mailboxes of that sort, because as you see now, there's a large truck blocking half the road, and when the guys come through, they may have to squeeze between the trucks and the mailbox, and we want to make sure we cover the existing conditions. We're going to look to our right first as we approach this walkway here, the driveway. I don't see a home number yet. It's 151. It's 151 is the home address. You'll look here and you'll see the driveway. You'll see in the second section of the driveway, there's multiple cracks. Over there, you can see that in the driveway. The mailbox is in good condition. And we're going to go around this truck and look at this new home being built. Looking toward the east now, the new home is being built. You see they have brand new driveway, and everything here is in good condition, in new condition. I'm going to continue walking toward the south. We're now at the corner of Jacobson Way and Grayton Terrace. Again, here looking around, you'll see some very minor cracking in the asphalt. As we go across the road, traveling south toward the facility, you'll see there's some scarring here in the asphalt. You see some minor scarring over here to the east in the asphalt. We're going to go counterclockwise. We come to the bull nose here in the front. You're going to notice there's some cracking here in the bull nose and some breakage here in the concrete, additional cracking. So right in the center of the road here, as we get closer to the main entrance, you see there's a large pothole in the road, some breakage in the asphalt, and a couple patches that are already put in place. To our left here, directly south, you're going to see the facility sign. From what I see here, it looks to be in good condition. I'm going to walk up closer and show you a couple things. One, here, you see some minor cracking. Here, and over here on the left side, which is the east side. We're going to walk around this island here and just show the condition of everything. The curbing in this area looks good. And we're going to walk around now to the south side. You notice here on the ground, there's a break here in the concrete curbing. Right in the center of the sign, you'll see another break in the concrete curbing. And I don't see any damage here, but I do see some paint chipping here in the sign, right from top to bottom, and across you see some paint just chipping away there in the bottom here also. Continue walking around. Right now we're on the south side of the sign looking north. Coming around here on the curve. In the curbing you see another crack, several cracks here in the curbing. We're now walking north looking at the asphalt and the curbing. So far there's nothing much to note. We'll look to our right, which is east, and there's a stop sign here. You see that stop sign is leaning toward the right or toward the east. We're gonna now start walking into and around the facility. We're noticing light poles here. This light pole number is number 2. It's in good condition. We're walking toward the west. We're going to stop now and look toward the south at the building, and you'll see 3 flag poles. Those flag poles all look to be in good condition. Let's go up close and look at the bottom of these, please. We have 3 flag poles starting to my left, which is east. Looking at the base and the lights behind it. The base looks to be in good condition. The light behind it is in good condition. Going to the second light pole, you notice the base is in condition, but there's a plate here at the bottom. Plate is not centered, it's loose. As you can see there, it's loose. The light behind it looks good. And then the third plate, which is toward the west, is a small break here in the corner and a small break in the back in the corner. But the pole itself looks good. We're now going to walk around looking at this second light pole here. Number 3, see the 3 on the bottom there? That light pole is leaning. Continuing walking toward the west. The next light pole you see there is number 4, has a 4 on the bottom. That light pole also is leaning. We're going to go around the building first, going toward the west first. You'll see here that the road curves toward the west. First thing we notice here is there's asphalt road, but there's a piece of concrete here. This concrete has severe breakage. You can see the severe breakage in the concrete, cracks. I'm going back that way. The next light pole, number 5, looks to be in good condition. Also on the end of the concrete piece, there's some breakage and cracking down here at the very end. You can see that. We're going to stop and turn around a little bit and look toward the building. You'll see a stop sign there. And that stop sign is leaning toward the north. Let me go back for a second here. Just here at the curve, there's a small pothole here. And this is really both sides of the road. So this is over here toward the south. There's some more cracks here in the asphalt. Okay, so we're going to continue walking around the building. We're going counterclockwise. Right now we're kind of looking toward the west. And as we walk toward the west, we're going to look to our right, which is north, and look at the open field. The company may be using some of this field for storage equipment and supplies. So I'm just going to give you an overview of that. You notice this is a recessed area. It probably holds water. There's a drain here on the right-hand side. That drain is in good condition. The asphalt's in good condition. To our left here, you see another light pole, number 19, to be in good condition. Continuing and walking around counterclockwise. The next light pole here, I'll give you a number in a second, is leaning. You notice it's leaning to the left. It's light pole number 6. To my left here, you notice there's another concrete section here, and it looks to be in good condition. Some minor scratches in it, but I don't see any breaks yet. We have a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. The sign is leaning. I'm going to stop here and look more to the west and look at the field out here. We're going to notice the field is set up to hold water. It's a retention pond. You notice in the very center out there, there's some dips in that also. I don't see anything to really note in this area. We're now here on the west side of the building, again going counterclockwise. Our next light pole here to the left, you see it's leaning toward the west. That light pole number is number 10. The next light pole number is number 7 here to the right. It's in good condition. It's just slightly leaning a little bit to the left. On the right here, on the right side of the roadway, we're going to see some minor damage here to the asphalt. We're going to now stop again and look at this field from a different perspective. Give you a wide view of that. On the left side of the road, which is the east side, you'll see some more concrete here. It's in good condition. As we walk toward the south, you notice there's some minor cracking here in the asphalt. We're coming now to the back side of the building. And before we get back there, look into the roadway here. You see where there's some erosion here in the asphalt on the right side of the road. which is the west side. And you see more, as we get here, we see more cracks in this area, all along this area. Light pole number 17 looked to be in good condition. To our left, next to the building. So if you look now in the background, you see a lot of cars parked here. This is where the staff parks. There's almost everybody's parked in the back. We can't see individual parking spaces. I'm going to give you an overview. We are not going to go back in the back to the back part of the parking lot. We're going to show you here in the roadway on the right side. The asphalt is broken. And we're going to walk toward the east, turn toward the east now, and go through the parking lot. There should not be any storage back here, but we're going to just show the condition in case the trucks have to come back here for something, a crane or something. We're walking toward the east now, looking east. We're down the south side of the building and walking toward the east. You see to my left and to the north, you see a couple of handicapped parking spaces. They're in good condition. The curbing's in good condition. Stops. As we continue toward the back here, you look on the left-hand side, which is toward the north, the no parking sign there. That sign is leaning to the left. We're going to get closer up view of the sidewalks a little later. To the right of this area, you'll see there's some wear here in the asphalt. I'm going to kind of give you an overview of this entire area. There's pods for storage back here. Since we're back here, we're going to go back here by the dumpsters and just show you this area. I'm going to move this gate. We see the back side of this gate on the outside. Gate does move freely, but you will notice on the ground here, outside the right side of the gate, there's some wear from the wheel and mechanisms there. I want to make sure I note here on this gate, on the plastic PVC fence is broken in the corner. Breaks all up and down the outside. So walk and look at the dumpster area. Again, you'll see on the ground, there's scratches here on the ground where the gate comes in and out. This is for both gates. I want to show this again, Brian. Over here to the right side, which is the west side, again, you see the breaks in the corner post. I'm going to walk around and just show you the back side of the dumpsters. The guys probably won't be using these dumpster areas at all, but I want to make sure we just cover this. So as Brian comes around, we're going to notice that there's two sets of gate. This is the east gate we went through first. We noticed some cracking here on the concrete just on the inside of this first gate. And then we're going to go outside and let's get this right here, Brian. On the left side of the entrance here, the very bottom, you see some bruising here where somebody went by and scraped the gate. This gate does move freely also, but again, you see that scarring on the ground where the wheel goes. And then there's a second set of gates here. This is on the east side. And the gate's in good condition. You'll see how the scarring on the ground here also where the gate scrubs as it goes across the asphalt. to be in good condition. We're going to record this outside of the building later, separately. We'll continue walking the parking lot here and paved area. We'll walk toward the north a little bit and just look at the area here on the south side of the building. We're walking north. You'll see there's some, looks like stains on the ground here. We're going to do a much more detailed view of this area a little later. I'll just give you an overview. We're going to continue walking around the buildings. We're still walking toward the east. We now have two separate sidewalks. So what we're going to do is go on the very exterior, look at the sidewalk in this area and things in this area. Then we get closer to the building a little later. To my right, or to the south, there is what appears to be probably a large generator. And we're going to look at this since we're going to look into the outside. We'll do a walk around. The concrete pad looks to be in good condition. ND filter, okay. You'll notice here on the ground, there's a slight crack here in the concrete going up the east steps. Notice here also there's a bend, a dent right here on the lifting rig. We go around looking at this is the storage for the gas and the pedestal, all to be in good condition. Giving a complete view of the side of the south side, looks to be in good condition. This is the southeast corner. And now we're going to continue walking the sidewalk on the exterior of the building. Walking toward the east. We're going to look to our left a little bit here, which is north. Look at the outside of the fence in this area. It's a PVC fence. It's just dirty. It looks to be in good condition. So let's hear this. Concrete is a little bit lifted up. It's right next to an oak tree over here to my left. You'll see that. The roots are probably coming up and pushing this concrete up, the sidewalk up a little bit. I guess we can stop here for a second and do like a 360-degree view showing this area. We see here to the south, you notice there's a pumping station in the back there. And there's a ditch, but all this being in good condition. We're now looking toward the east. Looking around toward the north, you see the building in the background. This is the south side of the building. Showing the open area here. And then we're going to continue walking around the exterior of the building. Just kind of giving you an overview of the entire area. All looks good. Sidewalk looks good. There's a small crack here, a break here in the sidewalk on the left-hand side or the west side. We're now on the far east side of the building. You'll see there's another PVC fence. Look to be in good condition. We're going to go on the outside of that. Again, we're on the far east side of the building facility. You'll notice there's every on this west side, on this east side, the PVC fence is leaning right up here. It's leaning out. This is the north side of the PVC fence. Look to be in good condition. Giving you an overview of this area here on the west side. We'll just walk through this grassy area here and just show the overall area. We're going to get a much up close and personal view of each individual window and the walls after we complete the exterior, the grounds of this area. We're now heading back toward the north side of the building. The PVC fence we'll look at a little closer on later. To be in good condition. Okay, we're back on the north side of the building now. We're going to walk in through the parking lot. Looking over here to my right first, which is north, you'll see a couple of drains, concrete drains, covers, and they're in good condition. We're going to go across the road here and look at the other side of the drain, the culvert. It's one in the middle of the road here, to be in good condition. Some very, very minor breakage here. You can see it's old. And the one on the west side looks good too. We're now going to turn and walk through the parking lot. We're going to start over here. This is the east side of the parking lot, looking at the asphalt. We notice here to our right, there's some wear and damage here as you enter the parking spaces. We're going to look to our left, which is toward the east. Looks to be in good condition. We're going to go again counterclockwise through the parking lot and then closer to the driveway to the entrance of the building. The curving out here looks to be in good condition. Stop signs in good condition. Looking to my right, which is north, you see parking space number 24. They run up 25, 26, and so on. Looking to my left now, which is toward the south. See the parking spaces and car stops are in good condition. Nothing really to note. It has a drain here. You notice there's some very minor damage, it's very old damage there in the drain, but it's in good condition. Again, nothing much to note, just want to document the existing condition. We notice here that the stop sign in this area is leaning toward the south. I'm going to go to our left now toward the south and go through the driveway that goes right next to the building. We're going to notice the curbing in this area. Light pole number 20 here to the right side, to the east side, is leaning a little bit toward the south. There's a monument here on the grounds. As we go around, I'm taking note of that monument and the plaque that's there. It's in good condition. There's also a tree here that has a monument there. Also, we're going to show that. I'm going to go down and walk toward the east, looking at the driveway close to the front doors and the curbing. Looking to my right, which is south, parking space number 5. You see the 5 right here? But notice that there is a car stop that's severely damaged here in the middle. Thanks, B. This light pole here in the very center, next to the fire hydrant, if you look at it straight, you see it's leaning. It's leaning to the right or to the east. We're now about to enter into the underneath the breezeway here at the front entrance. I'm going to show it now, I'll probably show it again, but over here to the right in the concrete here, right next to the driveway, there's severe breakage here. It's a long crack running through 2 sections of the concrete. See, there's some staining here in the asphalt, but there's no damage that I can see so far. On the left side, which is the north side, you're going to see there's curbing here. And see the curbing has a break in it. First, as the curbing starts, then there's a second break if you walk around. We're walking toward the east now. There's breaks and things in all the sidewalk area over there, but we'll show those a little later when we get closer to the building. There's just some wear cracks here in this parking lot area, drive area. We're about to exit the building, exit the facility. And that's going to conclude this section. We're now going to go and look up close at the building. We're now going to start the next phase of the recording. We are standing directly in front of the front entrance to the facility. There's a breezeway there. We're going to walk in toward the facility, showing you the sidewalk area and the building itself. We're going to look at the front doors good. We're going to walk counterclockwise around the entire building. Walking toward the south now. You see light pole number 24 here to our left. That light pole is leaning a little bit toward, it looks like the south. If you come on this side, Brian, and look at it from this way, you can see how, from this angle, how the light pole is leaning here toward the south. We're coming into the breezeway now. We're going to walk around this breezeway. We have two sets of columns. To my right, which is on the west side, you see the columns here. We're looking up around the columns, around the base, and just giving you an overall view of that. We're going to walk around this entire set of columns. Again, this is the west side. Notice some minor cracking up here on top. It's been patched, looks like. This is the back side or the south side of the west columns. Again, you see some very minor cracking here at the bottom and at the top. While we're on the back side, I'm going to look up at the very top and just show the area. It looks to be in good condition. It's very dirty, but it looks to be in good condition. I don't see any breaks. Looking across, we're going to walk over here now to the east side, east set of columns. To be in good condition. The drain's in good condition. When you come back to the north side, looking at the west column, you'll see some minor crack here going around the lower third, and some minor cracking up here has been patched at the top. Everything else to be in good condition. Bottom and top. I'm going to walk in toward the building now. There's some glass up there. The glass looks to be all in. Is that glass or an opening? That's an opening. It's not glass, I don't believe. Yeah, there's no glass there. It's just an opening. As we walk into the building, we're going to stop here and just look up through the breezeway. The lights are all off. I don't see any broken. It's just dirty. Looks to be all in good condition. We're now here at the front door. So it's my understanding they're going to be replacing these entire front doors. We're going to get you a good look at the framework around the front door, the walls starting here to my left, okay? The left is the east side. Looking down, you're going to see a crack here in the concrete. Let's back up a little bit, Brian, and show this entire entrance of the concrete in front of the doorway. So looking at the concrete in front of the doorway, it looks to be in good condition. There's some minor staining, but there doesn't seem to be any breaks in this area. Looking from out here, looking above the door, the main entrance door, we're looking south. This is the north side of the building. Looks to be in good condition. We're going to go back again to our left, which is the east side, and look around the frame, look around the concrete area. It all looks to be in good condition. Walking toward the west. We're on the west side of the door now. The frame's in good condition. Look up top, Brian. Looks pretty good up there on this west side. We're going to step back a little bit and look at the column here on the west side. We're going to walk counterclockwise around the building. Looking down the concrete, looks to be in good condition until you get to the corner. This is the northwest corner. In more detail now, you're going to see the break here in the concrete. Again, this is on the west side of the front door. The construction crew will be looking at and replacing all the windows and entrances to the building. We're going to start here on the west side of the door, main door, and look at each individual window and around that window, in the ceiling area, the wall, the concrete, just to give you an overall view of the condition of everything. This is the first window, starting in the middle, going toward the west. As we step back a little bit, there's a column right here. And at the bottom of the column, you're going to see a break in the concrete here. There's a sitting area here on this west side by the front door. Looks to be in good condition. Again, we're going to look at the ceiling and the walls and the concrete sitting area. The pad itself looks to be in good condition. I don't see any breaks in this pad at all so far. Looking to the left at the building, we turn the corner here. We're facing east. The second window. Now the wall turns. We're now facing toward the south. You'll see there's two large concrete seats. They look to be in good condition. Next window. So far everything looks okay. See the conduit up above, all in good condition. We're now going to start walking toward the west. We're going to stay close right here and look at the concrete sidewalk. Then we're going to come back to this area and get close up to the building and look at the curbing and the windows and the walls. Just a short walkway here. This concrete walkway extends to the end of the parking lot. The car stops look to be in good condition. You can see the shrubs in this area, and from the outside, they all look in good condition. The hedge area looks to be okay. So you see here the parking lot and the sidewalk ends at this point. I'm going to give you a quick overview of this area, and then I'm going to go back by the front doors and get closer to the building and look next to the at the walls and windows in that area. Okay, we're going to start back here at the building. We're going to get up close and personal to the building. We're just on the west of the front doors. You just saw the pad and the seating area here. We're now we're going to walk south up to the building and look at the area next to the building, the windows and the walls, the shrubs, all things next to the building up close. You're going to notice in this area there's curbing, which extends out probably about 3 foot. We're going to walk toward the west, looking at the area next to the building. This is the front of the building. This is the north side of the building. You don't see any damage to the building or the windows. The sills are all coming out. I'm going to stop here for a second and look down. There's some sections of curbing in this area, and you'll notice here as I walk by, there's a section here just past this second window out here that's two sections here that are pushed out. And the next section has a break in it right here. Okay. I'm going to continue looking back at the windows and walls. Looking down to my right, again you see where the curbing been disturbed, out of place. There's this window, you see the screen here is damaged, but the whole window's coming out, so it doesn't really matter. I want to just show it to you, but everything else is in good condition. Walls look good. You're going to see this in various places, very minor, but again, you see how some of the borders here have some slight damage, but have moved a little bit. We're mostly concerned about the building itself, around the windows. We're turning the corner now, heading toward the south. Our general direction is west. We're going around the building. Now this area here, we're on the north side of the building still. This is a lot of glass here. There's two sections of glass, a large and a small section. All of this is coming out. We want to show the base here, all the stone, and show above and around the windows. At this point, I don't see any damage. The curbing on the bottom, the borders all look to be in good condition. We see one here that has a break. This is the middle of this large section of windows. All looks good. Now the building is going to turn here in this area and head back toward the north. We're going to go behind the hedges in this area and look west at the east side. A note here to the bottom in the ground, you're going to notice there's a hole here. It looks like a sprinkler head's broken. You see all the white sand has been pushed up. We're continuing to walk toward the north, looking west. Look down, it's very minor, but I want to just show there's a small break here in the this curving border. We're almost halfway on the side of the building. You'll notice there's a small crack. I just saw it. There was a small crack in the border, but it's just very, very minor. Since we're about halfway, we're going to stop and look back toward the south and just show you the overall view in this area. The hedges are all in good condition. The wall's nice and straight. There's no real issue to report. At this point, we're going to look the other way, look toward the north, and show you the full view from this area, since this is about the middle. Again, everything looks great in a long view. And we're going to continue walking toward the north, looking west. We are coming up to the north corner of this section of the building. While I'm in this area, I want to stop and just give you an overview again from this perspective. We are on the north side of the building, looking at the parking lot and the grassy area, just to give you an overview of where we just came from. We're going to now start walking toward the west, still on the north side of the facility. We're out here at the still the north side of the building. There's an entrance here. It's going to be replaced. I'm going to show you all around the walls in this area. All this looks good. I'm going to step inside, not inside the building, but inside this where the pull down door is. I'll show you the walls here. Got to be in good condition around the doors. I'm going to continue walking toward the west. Giving you an overview of this short area, you'll see that the hedges are in place, the borders are in place, and we'll get a closer up view as we walk around. Excuse me. I'm going to turn around and show you a view of where we came from. We're now on the far northwest corner of this section of the building. We're now going to start walking toward the south, looking east at the west side of this section of the building. As you see here, Brian, stop here for a second. Just show this way. The hedges are all in good condition. The borders look to be in pretty good condition, and we'll get closer views shortly. But just as an overview, it looks good going toward the south. So we're getting closer to the end. I'm going to note it here on the right side, looking at the borders. When Brian gets here in just a second. And we're going to notice that the border here is down. It looks to be, this area has been washed out down here. You see how the border is leaning down? It's not broken, it's just separated, leaning down. After this last wall, you're going to see a corner here, and we're going to be right in front of or at where the wall turns and heads toward the west. This is a electrical room. It's room number 158. Looking around the doorway, it all looks pretty good. The concrete slab looks good. You notice here at the bottom, the area has been washed away. I'm going to now turn here at this maintenance electrical room and walk toward the west, looking south. We're going to now turn toward the right, which is west. We're leaving room 158, and walk toward the west, looking south. If you look down at this corner here, you'll see where the curbing turns, and you'll see how the area here is all washed away in this corner. And also you see here how the curbing is separated. It's broken here right by the sprinkler, and it's separated. And you see how it's has a break here in this curve. All right, we'll start walking to the west. This is our first window, just past room 158. The electrical room, looking south at the north wall. We're now coming up to the last window here on the north side of the building, this west corner. When we get to the end, we're going to look down here at the curbing. Notice there's a slight break here in the concrete curbing. We're now on the extreme northwest corner of the building. We'll look down where we came from to show you the overall view. I'm going to pan around. Give you another view of the grounds in this area. See some cars are parking in here. And now we're going to start walking toward we'll call it the south part of the building. Walk south, looking toward the east. There are no windows on this side. There is a large opening. Stop here, Brian, look to your right. There's a break here in the border. You notice here to your left there's a water faucet. That water faucet door is open. You see it's leaking. We're going to go to the middle of the building here and look at the entrance. This entrance will be replaced. I'm going to continue walking here in just a second toward the south, looking east. As we leave the doorway looking down, you're going to notice here there's a high-rise piece here on this separation on the border, and there's a crack right here. Another crack down here also, in this area, in the border. Looking at the walls, again, there's no windows on this side of the building at all. The walls look good. We're now at the corner here. This is the southwest corner of this section of the building. I'm going to look down right here, and you'll see there's a break in the curbing border. We're going to now start walking toward the west, looking back north. Giving you an overall view, the shrubs and just an overall view, and we'll start heading toward the east. If you walk toward the east, we've been looking back toward the north. This is the very first window on the southwest corner. Again, still walking toward the west, you'll look down and you'll see there's how the curbing's raised and lowered in this area. There's also a break right here. And we're right here in front of the first window here on the south side of the building. We're traveling from west to east right now. Brian, back up a little bit, please, for me. Just past the second window, you'll look here to the right and look down. You'll see this curbing is leaning down. This area has been washed out completely. I want to show that we continue to walk toward the Walls look nice and straight. I don't see any damage so far. Looking at the fourth window, counting from west to east. Brian, step back just a second, please. Looking down here, this is just before you get to the second window at the end. You see another break here in the border. We're coming up to the last window here on this west wing. The wall looks good. And we're at the corner now. We're going to start walking toward the south. You see the overall view. Right here in this corner, this is on the corner here of this west wing, where as we start to turn toward the south, you'll see the curbing here is broken in this area, the border. Are you getting down here, Joe? Another break here as we start to walk toward the south. Get ahead of you. So we passed the second window. Looking down, you're going to see how the border here is damaged. So it's underground, the rocks are covering it. Looking back at the wall, again, we're traveling toward the south, looking east. The wall is good from top to bottom. As we continue to walk toward the south, you'll look, before we get to the last two windows, looking down, you're going to see again the curbing or border here has been pushed down and it's below grade. We're coming up now to the last window here. You walk south. This section of the building. When we get to the end, before we go around the building, we're going to step out and record an overall view of this area and look at the sidewalk next to the parking lot. So we're now going to step back a little bit. We're in the right by the parking lot here on the south side of the building. I'm going to look to the north and pan around toward the east, showing you an overview of the area. As we right here, we notice there's a light pole here. The light pole number is 1616. You'll notice that light is leaning toward the right or toward the south. I'm going to look back over here in the green area. I'm going to show you there's a, what is this? There's a, like a cover maybe or something that's, seems to be twisted or something. I want to make sure I showed it. There's an indentation here in the top of it. You see the scrub marks here. Not sure what this is, but I want to make sure I showed it. Around this side and look at it also, Brian, please. Okay. In the center of the yard here, there's a really pretty tree, but it's leaning severely toward the right. There's a drain in the very center. What we're going to do now is come back and walk this short sidewalk from this southwest corner next to the parking lot, next to light pole 16, and walk toward the east, and then go back up toward the building. We're still heading toward the east. All the car stop look good. Sidewalk looks good. We're going to finish this sidewalk to the very end, then come back to the building where we left off. This is light pole number 15. This light pole is pretty straight. You notice on the bottom here where it looks like has damage because of maybe a weed eater or something went around it several times. It's been beat up, but it's in overall good condition. As we are continuing walking toward the east, you're going to notice here on the left-hand side there's a cover, and the concrete around that cover here is broken on both sides. Our next light pole here, number 14, it's got a little bit of a lean, but it's not bad, leaning a little bit toward the south. I want to show just to the left of us right now, there's a lot of large water valves. They're in good condition. The pedestal around those valves looks to be in good condition. We're going to give you a view all the way around. As we get back over to the sidewalk, before we do that, I'm noticing there's a leak in one of those valves up top, a slight leak there. As we get back to the sidewalk, I'm going to just go and look at a couple of things real quickly. There's 2 handicapped parking spaces here. On the back side of the far east parking stop, you'll see it's broken. There's a piece missing. And then directly in front of that parking stop, looking toward the north, the sign, you'll see here the sign is leaning toward the west. And we're now here at the end. We're going to go back now. Let's look right down for a second. You'll notice that right? So you see this 14, this is light pole 14. Below that, this whole entire area is washed out really bad. You see how easy my stick goes down into there, my pointer goes down. It's washed out completely in this area. We're going to pick up where we left off here on the south side of the building. This is the corner. This is another southwest corner. We're walking toward the east. The building's kind of at an angle. We're still going to call this walking toward the east. There's no windows on this side at all. Again, we're in the very south side of the building. Looking at the wall, up and down, the borders. There is an entrance here. This entrance will be replaced, so we're going to look around the entrance completely. Looking north. We're going to continue walking toward the east, and we're going to notice here there's two sections of fencing, and it's actually protective fencing. It's locked. There's some piping back there they want to keep secure. It's all in pretty good condition. As we start right here, we start stepping off the sidewalk onto the area behind the building. You can see there's a whole section of the border that's missing. Again, we're walking toward the east, looking at the south side of the building. Now what we're going to do is come up to a barrier here. This is a PVC fence. We're going to have to get access to that PVC fence, through that PVC fence, to show you the interior. So make a phone call now and so we can get access to that. We're now here on the south side of the building. We're going to go through the PVC gate here and go and look at this paved area. It's a sitting area. Look at the entire area as well as the walls and windows in this area. Starting here, again, we're on the south side of the building. We're going to look to our left, which is west, and start in this corner. First of all, looking back at the inside of the gate. The wall and the gate. Looking at the back side of the PVC fence. So we're going to stand here and give you an overview of this entire area. Looking toward the north, you can see the shaded areas, the seats. We walk to the west and start looking at the windows and wall. Starting south, walking toward the north. Now notice here in the corner, this drain has some rivets missing. There's a lot of concrete in this area, but so far it all looks pretty good. Still walking north, looking at the west wall. This is the third window, counting from south to north. So all the walkway area looks good. We look down here, right here to your left at the drain. You notice the drain has some minor damage. It's separated. Rivets are missing. We're in the corner now. We're going to start walking to the left, which is toward the east. Now this section has some very large glass windows. I'll give you an overview of this whole area from this perspective. We're going to ahead and go back and start walking toward the east, looking north. These large sections of glass and the walls in this area. As we get here in the middle, pretty much, there's a doorway. This doorway may be replaced. Make sure you look around that good. Still walking toward the east, looking north. Let's stop here for a second, Brian. Look back to the south. Again, an overall view of the courtyard area here. As we do, I want to make note of there's a small crack here. This is just south of the wall where we're working. There's a small crack here in the pavement and concrete here. I'm going to continue walking toward the east, looking north. In the corner here, this is the northeast corner. You're going to see two large AC units. Seem to be in good condition. Look pretty new, actually. Looking all around, including the behind the units. Again, from this corner, we're going to turn around and pan and look at the entire courtyard area from a different perspective. And we're going to start now in this corner, in this northeast corner, and looking east. So this is the door here there's two doors. It's the glass door here on this east side. And we're going to make special note. It says the sign says the door is still under construction. You'll notice here that the seal is broken all the way around this door from top to bottom. You'll notice here up top also how there's no seal up here, and how on this far south side, you can actually see, I can put my hand through here and it's all open. You can see the wedges put in here, the spacers in here. So it's still working on this door. It's not sealed at all. I can actually see through here and see inside the building. Right next to that is another door. There's no number on that door, but it's right next to it, just south of that door. It's in good condition. And this will be our last window here on this east side. Again, looking east, traveling toward the south. I'm going to take a quick view back around, Brian, and show them the courtyard area from this perspective also. Just again, a quick overall view. I'm going to walk out here for a second. Just follow me, Brian. And no, stay there. You can stay there. Just look. I'm going to show you in this area here, so you can get some perspective. All this concrete here looks to be almost brand new. It's really clean. I'm looking at it here. There's no breaks that I can see at all. We're not walking this area. I'm going to walk out here and show you as I can. It looks really good. It looks really clean. It looks almost new. You see some stains where the water's been dripping, but I see no breaks or cracks in this concrete whatsoever at this point. Okay, let's go back to the wall over here on the east side. We just passed the last window. You're going to notice here on the wall there are a series of screws left in the wall. There's a little crack right here in this wall, vertical crack. And you see screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws that are in the wall in this area. And now we're coming back to the entrance we just came in, the PVC entrance. That's going to conclude this section inside the courtyard area on the south side of the building. We're now back outside the courtyard area. I have secured the door back. It's locked. I'm going to now turn toward the right, which is east. Look at the next section of the building. I'm going to start over here in the corner, just outside the, you see the PVC fence here to get your bearings. So you come around and look, there's a drain. This drain is broken completely. It's laying on the ground. You also notice down here, there's the borders have broken. They're almost completely submerged underground. You see in this area, there's not sure what kind of drain this is, the vent this is, but you see how it's liquid has run out of this, around this, damaged the paint. Coming down, you see where the stucco here has a crack in it. And that water obviously drips pretty hard here. It's worn this part of the wall out completely. There's also a pipe sticking out. That pipe is rusted, and the connection for that pipe's on the ground. We're walking toward the south, looking toward the east. Looking at the ground, you're going to also see there's how this area here of the liquids coming out of the water has completely washed away. The dirt here has messed up the border. The border's not straight in this area. When we look back, when we get back to the ground, you see the border's not straight. You see there's some breaks in it also. You see breaks here, break here, and there's several breaks in the border walking toward, all the way down actually. There's multiple breaks all the way down the wall here. We're coming up to two large vents. Need to be in good condition. Still walking south, looking east. There's some electrical instrumentation up there, and you see a view of that. I'll look down again and just continue to show you how many, this whole area here is broken all along the curbing here, all the way to the very end. So again, continue to walk to the south, looking toward the east. You'll notice, well, before we do that, let's just look back at the sidewalk here. The sidewalk as I walked down looked in pretty good condition. I want to just give you an overview of it. I'm going to walk up here, and as I walk, I can just talk and say there's nothing here to really note at all. It's dirty, but it's in really good condition. There's no breaks, no cracks, or anything at all. This is the entrance again to the courtyard area. We're going to now turn around and walk toward the south, the remaining part of this building. Here at the corner, you're going to see just some deterioration right here at the very bottom, the very base. The wall itself looks good. Sidewalk looks good. There's a fire hydrant, it's in good condition, and a water valve in here. I think I mentioned before, but there's a sign, no parking sign. You see it's leading toward the west. We're now here at the very back. This is the south side of the building. It's about the center of the whole complex, I believe, or so. And we're going to walk toward the east, looking north. So inside this area, which we're going to go in next, you see the fence here. They've unlocked it for us already. I just talked to the maintenance guys. And we're going to walk in and show you this area. These are large cooling towers and air conditioning units. The fence, I want to note before we go in, the fence is damaged here at the very bottom. You see a nice bend right here in the fence. As I open it, we go in from this side. Look down and see that bend again. See how it's creased and damaged in this area. Also, the sidewalk right here in the center is cracked. We're going to walk here counterclockwise. We're now the very back, looking toward the west. I notice here on this pedestal of the first unit, at the bottom is broken right here. We're going to kind of walk around and see what's back here. I believe they're going to be painting these walls, so I'm going to just show you what's back here. In the southwest corner. It's a minor stair step cracking right here. Walking back toward the north, looking at the back side of the AC units. and the wall here to my left. We're going to see some staining on the walls here in the corner. Looking at the north wall. Below me, lower at the bottom here, you're going to see a pedestal that has some equipment missing, been removed. It's in good condition. There's a tank here. I want to make sure I note that at the bottom of the tank, there's no support down here at the bottom on the south side. Looking behind the tank. I'm going to look back toward the south and give you an overall view of that that cooling system there. Look here, Brian, there's a couple of plugs missing right here in this electrical box. And we're going to go around the other side now. We're back here at the fence, the gate when we first made entrance. We're now going to walk again to the north again between the two cooling towers or AC filters, whatever these are, these big units, electrical units. The sidewalk has some scratches in it, but it's not damaged, it's just some scratches. Looking at the piping, units themselves, seems to be no damage. Looking back toward the south. We stop right here for a second and look back. Now, this is right before we get to the wall. This is the same tank again I was talking about earlier. If you notice here, all along the south side, there are no supports down here whatsoever. We're now looking north at the black wall, the south wall of the building. You see room 265 is a boiler room. We're not going to go in that building, in that room. I'm going to show you the outside. Behind the tank and around these doors. There's two sets of doors. There's room 265, and we're going to second get to 264. It's a mechanical room. There's a what looks like an air conditioning unit here on the between the two rooms. It looks to be in good condition. I have to note here on the south side, there's a break in the pedestal below the air conditioner between the two rooms. We're now looking at room 264. Again, looking north on the south side of the building. You're going to see in the corner here, there's a janitorial wash area. Draw your attention to the corner right here, right by the wash area above it. You see there's a hole here in the wall. The wash area itself is broken. There's a crack right here in the very center. There's another gate here in this area. This gate looks good to be in good condition. We're going to look back to the south behind us now. We're going to see some that same system. We're going to notice here the insulation's been removed in the corner, on both the top and the bottom. The pedestal looks good. On the back side of this unit, look at the bottom first, it looks pretty good. The pedestal looks good, the unit looks good, except right here, you'll notice there's some damage to the fins. This is the second unit. There's one unit here. This is the second unit, or second enclosure. Third, fourth, and fifth, but this is the only one that shows the damage right here. Behind us, you see some oxygen bottles both in use and in reserve. It's a caged-in area. It looks in good condition. Looking south. On this wall over here to the left, which is the east wall, then note there's screws left in the wall. Something's been removed. Other than that, the area looks pretty good. Before we leave, we're going to look back here on the other side. This is where those oxygen bottles were stored. And again, you can see the fence is in good condition. Everything's ready to go. Let me see. I mean, we don't need to go inside here, so I'm going to lock this gate back. I want you to show that I'm locking it back. Okay, I can't seem to get this locked back in place. I'm gonna call maintenance, let them know this is not locked. And just showing the outside before we step outside the enclosed area. Just showing what looks like it's in good condition. But again, I could not lock that that lock. And this is an overall view of the enclosed. Before I leave, I'm looking here at the back side of this large unit. This is on the right side, the east side. There's a crack here, a large crack here in the pedestal going underneath the unit. You see it going back there. And some minor cracks right here also. There's two more minor cracks. We've just come out of the enclosed area where the air conditioner is. You'll see that I did lock this door, this gate. Padlock is back in place. We're going to continue walking toward the east. I'm going to stop here and look down the concrete. You'll notice that there's several access plates here. On the second access plate right above that, you'll see a crack here in the concrete. Look at the wall now, looking directly north. Okay, just to the east of the doors. You're gonna notice the paint here in this area. See this paint, how it's bubbled out? You see a bubble there, you see a bubble here, you see it looks like it ran down. It's moisture has gotten behind the paint and has made this run. I know this isn't damaged, but I want to just show it so you'll see it. Again, you see it in multiple areas here, the bubbling of the paint. The wall itself looks in good condition, but I want to make sure I showed those areas. There's a patch down here on the concrete. As we continue to walk back toward these, looking at these in the concrete, looking at these access holes, you'll see multiple cracks here in the concrete going west to east, here and here. And in the corner here, again, you'll see cracking in this area. I'm going to look now to the north and finish looking at the wall. You're fine, go ahead, man. Look to be in good condition. Hi there, ma'am. We're walking in here now to the very south door. This is like a storage area. We can't see behind this equipment. We'll do the best we can just looking at it. Looking toward the west now. Walking north. In this corner, which is the northwest corner of this area, you're going to notice there's a gate here. We already went to the inside of this gate, so I'm going to lock this gate back. See, it's locked. I'm going to turn and look at the northwest northwest corner. Now this is the entrance. It says to the maintenance department. It's over here. I'm gonna go around this whole entrance. On the bottom, on the concrete here, right before you get to the entrance, you're going to see there's a crack here in the corner. This is the left side. This is the west side, west corner. We're going to finish the walls first, and we'll come back and look at the flooring area, the concrete. We're now looking at room 260. 260 is a mechanical room on the exterior. Again, we're not going to go inside this door at all, just looking around. Now looking to the east. So right on this east side now, there's room, is an opening, there's an area called 263 emergency generator room. Now, this room now, that's what it was, this room now has been used for storage. We're gonna go inside here. This gate was not locked. I'm just open it, show you the condition of the gate. Let's be in good condition. It's a bit stiff. It's a lot stiff, but it's not broken. I see no damage. A window is not even. The heights are not even. You see on the top here, at the bottom, the gate's not even. But it is stiff. You see how stiff it is? If we go inside, we'll look at the walls first, then look at the flooring area. Looking at the northwest corner, you can see all the wheelchairs that are stored out here. In the corner, this is the northeast corner. You're going to see just some minor separation here at the wall, and it's like an expansion joint in the wall, but there's no real damage. Looking now to the east, there's a louver there, a big louver. This is no longer a generator room. You see that there's equipment's been removed out of here, then it's just used for storage. Looking south, looking to the southwest corner, and then looking back at the gate we just came in. What we're gonna do now is, as soon as Brian finishes that area, we're gonna start looking down at the floor. I want to make sure I show that. First, back here toward the back, you're gonna see where equipment was cut out. Piping was all cut off. You see wiring there is exposed. You'll see multiple cracks here in the concrete around this area. You can see this wire here, ground wire still left in place. If you walk back toward the west, looking at the ground, you'll see again the cracks pan off to the left, the south, and the horizontal cracks and vertical cracks going north, south, east, and west. That concludes this area. I'm gonna go back outside through the gate, close it back. We just left out of that storage area. We're now looking again at the outside of that storage area. We're looking toward the east. It's in good condition. Before we go around the building, we're gonna look at the concrete pad in this whole area. Looking over here on the east side, it looks to be in good condition. Walking north. As I turn and walk toward the west, right in front of the door here, you're going to see multiple cracks here in the concrete. Going across this way, here to the toward the west. This cracks up here on the north wall coming down. It goes over there toward the entrance, the oxygen storage area. Again, multiple cracks in this area. And also over here to my right toward the west, additional cracks in the concrete. Looking back, on this side over here, there's just to be in good condition. We're now going to go look back behind this pod storage area, the wall back here. I want to make sure I show this. I'm going to move this out of the area here. So in this corner, this is the southwest corner where the wheelchairs are stored. You're going to notice here on the wall the same condition where the paint looks like it's sagging, where moisture's gotten behind the paint and run down the wall. There's some additional little areas like that back here, but overall the walls, there's no damage, it's just that moisture behind the wall. We're going to walk around this pod storage container and look at the backside of that wall. Looking north now, we're on the other side of the pod, looking north at this area. This is again where those wheelchairs were stored. The wall looks to be in good condition. I don't see any real damage. I'm going to start back now. We again are at the south side of the building, right here by the main entrance to the south side. We're going to turn around and face toward the south. There's a separate building out here next to the dumpsters. We're going to go around that building counterclockwise and review it. This is the northwest corner. We're going to start here where the building starts. Looking at the sidewalk here, you're going to notice the second section of sidewalk has a long crack in it going across horizontally. There's a pull down door walking toward the south looking east. That door looks to be in good condition. Look right here for a second. Looking down the bottom of the door, I see two holes here, which were probably a handle. There's nothing there. Just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. There's a bollard here, it's in good condition. We're now walking between the building and the PVC fence. You'll notice the PVC fence here on this east side is leaning out just a little bit. But the wall looks to be in good condition. While we're back here, we're going to look at the back of this PVC fence. Nobody should be back here at all, but I want to just give you a view of it. It looks to be in good condition. There's no damage that I can see. It's just dirty. We're going to now go back to the building. We're on the far south side of the small building. Looking north. We're walking toward the east. Now, as I get to the corner here, I want to show this, there's a drain here. You'll notice that the drain, this whole ditch area here is holding water. This is the southeast corner. Walk back toward the north now, looking toward the west. We're looking at the north, we're at the northeast corner now. We now walk toward the west, looking south on the north side. Look up here. See this damage up here? I'm not sure if they're going to be replacing the roof on this building, but I wanted to make sure I show this corner here in the northeast corner is damaged. And we're back here at the northwest corner. Again, the building is in good shape. We are now back here on the south side of the building, right next to the pods, the storage area, right by the area where we came into the, where you can walk into the building. This is the south side. This is the southeast corner. There's a light pole here to start off with. This light pole number is 13. It's in good condition. I'm going to walk toward the east and go around the building. Here at the southeast corner, you're going to notice there's some damage in the corner. If you walk around looking at the sidewalks in good condition. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to walk around close to the building first and show you all the windows or the walls, and then come back out into the sidewalk and go into an enclosed area. So here on the southeast corner, looking to the west, we're looking west, and this is the storage area you saw before. We mentioned the louvers there. This is the louver here. There's no machinery on the inside anymore, it's just storage. We're walking toward the north. Next to the building, I'm going to note here, right behind the transformer, there's some of these curbings that have been pulled aside away from the regular location. And the next part is just opening here. Then this part here is almost completely submerged. Give you a straight look down the aisle here. You can see between the building and the hedges, it looks to be in good condition. We're going to walk a little closer here and look at the wall of the building. We're walking north, looking west. Now there are no windows on this side at all. So we're going to concentrate basically on the wall, upper and lower part of the wall. There's some very, very minor, there's like cracking here in the plaster, all the way through the middle section and in the bottom section. Just minor in several places. We're coming up to a louver here, which is, for the noise based on the inside, I can hear it's probably a mechanical room of some kind. It's in good condition. I'm going to step over this drain. Looks good. This is the first time I've seen any damage to one of the top pieces of concrete here on the wall. Very minor, but just wanted to make sure I pointed it out. We're in the corner. We're going to turn right, which is going toward the east. As we turn and look, we're going to look down and see that one of the pieces of curving here is broken. There's an opening in the hedges right here, and this is where we're in the corner. This is where that there's two breaks. There's one right here also. As we get to the end, I'm gonna look around, and there is one window back here. The guys will be working. Look to be in good condition. Okay, let's look at that fence. There's a PVC fence ahead of us looking north. We're gonna go on the outside of the hedges and then get more of this area. We're back here now, to give you a reference, in the same corner we started just a second ago. This is the southeast corner of this building. We're gonna now go around and look at the sidewalk. You notice a small chip out of the sidewalk here. Now the sidewalk splits, it goes east and it goes north. We're gonna go north and go to the enclosed area, secured area, look inside there and then come back. You're getting an overall view of the area between the two buildings. As we start walking to the north, the sidewalk's in good condition. We're back now to the entrance of an enclosed area. We're gonna go inside there. Look at the fence first. There's a PVC fence. Look at the fence first. Then go inside there and start recording. Okay, we've just opened up the door here, the gate here for the small enclosed area. See the keypad here. You see some minor damage here on the cover. If you go in. This is a small area. We're going to look around, starting with the wall. We're going to look to the left, which is which is west. Looking at the wall first, the PVC wall, fence, and look at the building wall here on the west side. Walking now toward the north, looking at the hedges, the curbing on the bottom down here, the window sills, all this area. Looks to be in good condition. Now in the corner, we're going to turn to the right, heading toward the east. Looking north. Come into the next corner here in just a second. This is the last window on the north wall. There's 3 windows here. Reach the next corner here. We're going to turn right, going toward the south again, looking east. There's a door here, and the door will probably be replaced. Looking around this area, the wall, everything looks okay. There's a fire alarm here. Walking south, looking east. Did you go all the way up to the top, Brian? As we walk this way, only one window on this wall, we're going to notice here at the bottom there's a 110 outlet. The cover plate is broken off. We're now in the corner. Everything looks good. Looking back at the other side of the PVC fence, looks to be in good condition. Before we leave this area, we're going to look at the sidewalk in this area, starting at the fence. It's been pressure washed, but it's I don't see any damage, just dirty. Walking toward this door in this enclosed area. Again, the sidewalk looks good to be in good condition. No breaks, no cracks, no nothing. Okay, that concludes this little section. We're gonna go outside and look at the next building. We're now out of the enclosed area and we're looking at the next building over here to our left, which is east. We're gonna start here and walk toward the south. Give you an overall view of the area we're gonna looking at. Looks good as an overall pass. We're going to start walking here and looking at the first window and wall and borders and things in this area. Looking down here, the borders after the first window, you see us. I can't tell if this is broken or not. Maybe just a patch, a small piece of borders here, but there's a break right here in the next border. You see the chip right here coming off. It's a crack here. Again, walking south, looking toward the east. We have a sprinkler that heads that's damaged. This is after the second window, counting from the north to south. Train's in good condition. If you come down toward the end of the building, the last window, just outside the window looking at the curbing, you see some curbing that is broken in several places. One here, one here. We are now here at the southwest corner. Now, like one of the other buildings before, we're going to show there's some fencing here on the corner. This is the south side. This is the southwest corner. You see it's locked. And this fencing here is shielding some valves and piping behind it. It's going to be in good condition. You'll notice down on the ground though, the curbing is broken in several places just outside of this. I'm walking toward the east. There's no windows on this side of the building, on the south side. Looking down in the corner here where the curbing turns, you'll see a More curving is broken here, right there. Look back at the window. This is like there's two large sections of glass here, like a patio area. We're gonna look inside there in area in just a minute. We're now back here in the center again between the two buildings. You can see where we are. And we're going to start walking toward the east to look inside this enclosed area and the openings there for the next building. You see the concrete's in good condition. It's been pressure washed, and somebody wrote with pressure washer, "I love Shane." But there's no damage to the sidewalk. Really minor damage right here, but it's really old. You can see that. We're going to look at the fence here in this area, looking east. We're going to note here, everything looks in good condition. We're not going to go inside the building. We're going to look at the controls. You see the control here, the wire's broken, the conduit's broken, the wire's exposed. This whole piece is loose. There's a clamp that holds the wire here. You see it's rusted and broken off. There's also some holes here in the pillar here in the corner, just below the keypad. I'm gonna go inside this area now and look around. We're gonna look at the fence on the inside first, walk around the fence, look at the sidewalk and the decorations and plants out here. Then we're gonna look at the building itself. So at the gate, we're gonna start from the keypad, walking toward the south, looking at the fence and the sidewalk and just whatever else is out here, the different plants and things. There is a couple of decorative, look like lighthouses. We're gonna notice here the first one, well, the second one here has a crack in the top. The concrete walkway looks to be in good condition. The fence, PVC fence, looks to be good. Another sidewalk here in the very south part. By the sidewalk, there's another little lighthouse, small crack. I'm going to continue going around look at the sidewalk first, and then we go to the building. So right here, we're coming up to the entrance to this building on the south side. You see the sidewalk has a lot of marring here. It scratches all across this section. Then in the very center where the door is, you'll see a long crack across the sidewalk. Then looking ahead, I want to show you one small thing here. Is when we came through the door, the fence here, notice this section of concrete is lower than the first piece here at this corner. What we're going to do now is look back toward the north and look at across this building. Looking here, we see the fences, PVC fences in good condition. We're walking toward the east, looking north. Now this is the only building that we're going to kind of go into just a little ways, just into the patio area. They're replacing that door and then come back out. We will not be going to the interior of the building, just in the patio area. Still walking toward the east, looking north. And this is the end of this section of the building. We're going to just step inside the patio area here, look around, and then come back out. So we're about to enter into this area again. We're not going to the interior of the building, just the patio area, the screened-in area. You notice the screen door has some, where I can't see it here, there's some rubber hanging there. As we go in, it looks pretty good. going to walk to our left, which is west, and get the wall. There's a ceiling fan running up here in good condition. Looking west now. Looking back toward the north, these two windows. There's two large windows on each side, and there's a big opening, sliding glass opening. So at the first set of windows at the very bottom, you're going to see up on the wall, there's a hairline crack here, just below the window on the right side. Also, you notice that the 110 outlet protective box is missing. Walking toward the east, looking at the main doors now. Now these doors are going to be replaced. We're just showing the wall, the floor in this area. And these are the last two windows here in this screened in area. Still looking north. It's looking toward the east. And now looking south. You see the second ceiling fan is working correctly. We're going to look down at the floor now, and this is in the east corner. As you walk toward the west, right by the first section here, you see a hairline crack going horizontally from south to north. If you look right by the door, another hairline crack going across from south to north. This crack goes almost, actually goes all the way to the door entrance right there. On the other side of the door, the west side of the door, is a column here. You'll see again a hairline crack going from south to north. Over here on the west side, I don't really see any cracks in this area. Going to conclude the recording of this side of this south side of this building. We now have just left that enclosed area. You see the keypad and the fence with a PVC fence. We'll walk to the south to the edge and then turn left, going east, looking at the PVC wall. I'm sorry, we're heading east. I'm sorry, heading east. This is the south side of the building. The PVC walls to our north, looking north. We didn't get this, did we? And we've already looked at the sidewalk in this area. So we're just looking, concentrating now on the fence in the building. We'll walk to the north here now, and the last section of the building. This is to our left or to the west. We're going to turn the corner here and head toward the north, looking at the next section of, again, this is the outside of the enclosed area we just came out of. Looks to be some damage here in the PVC fence. There's some minor damage at the bottom. Let's cut through here and look at the last part of the fence, where the fence ties into the building here. We're looking south now, Then we'll turn and look to the west, looking at the large buildings, the large windows. I want to stop and show you something here from the outside. Right there is a small hole, looks like a BB hole or something hit the glass. Again, this is on the east side of the building. This is the south building here, south side. And we're on the east side looking west. You see that little hole right there? Turn around toward the north. And walk to the east to the end of the building. We're now going to turn to the north and walk north and look toward the west. This side of the building does have several windows. There's 6 windows on this side. Again, walking north. This is the 3rd window, counting from south to north. The 4th window, again counting from south to north. We're now in the corner here. This is, we're going to look at the final window, which is the 6th window, and then look in the very corner. This is a mechanical room. Room number 371, mechanical room. Again, we are not going inside there, just looking around. It looks to be in good condition up top. What is this? That's a fire. I guess it's okay, I can't tell. Looking down, once we get down, well, first of all, there's some small damage in the concrete, but it's very, very small right here. Looking down, you see another 110 outlet, and the cover is broken off. I'm going to turn to the right now and walk toward the east. You can get an overall view of this area, and we'll head that way. Again, this section of the building has several windows. There's 6 windows. We're walking east, looking to the north. There's some minor damage here on this 2nd window on the wall. Very minor there, and on the ledge. All the curbing looks good. Walls look good. This is window number 3. I notice here in front of window number 3, there's some minor damages, like some leftover concrete right here, and also a couple of scratches here, and a very minor crack here right in front of this on the ledge itself. And all the curbing, the borders on the bottom here look good. Window number 4, counting from west to east, be in good condition. Again, very small scratches here at the below the building, below the window, on the ledge. That's pretty minor, but on the bottom down here, you see some areas completely washed out. The hedges are broken off and died, and it's washed out. We're coming up to window number 5. Again, just very, very minor imperfection here. Same thing again, very small, like it's been patched in this area, but a small damage there on the wall. This is our 6th and final window on this section of the building. The building then turns toward the north. So we're going to walk north, looking toward the west. In the curve down below here, right at the corner, you're going to see there's a small break, crack. There's a couple of them, one here, then one right here in this border, the curving down here. Walking toward the north, again, looking west. We turn and look directly north. You're going to see two large glass panes. These will be removed. I want to just show you around. Looks to be in good condition. There's some minor caulking damage up here in the corner, but it's been removed, so it's no big deal. Everything else looks pretty good. As I turn toward the east, you're going to see another PVC fence. We'll look at that PVC fence, and then we're going to go inside that area. Walking toward the east, we'll look at the gate. We'll go inside, do all that, then come back out and continue. We are now going into the gate. We're going to walk around counterclockwise, looking at the inside of the PVC fence, looking at the decorations, the sidewalk, and whatever's in this area back here. So back here again on the outside, I'm noticing there's a crack on the top of this, looks like a lighthouse here. Then looking at it here, you can see the plastic is starting to break right here. Sidewalk looks to be in good condition. The PVC fence looks to be in good condition. So this next one has a small crack here too. You see where this is plastic, like it's just dried, but it's cracking there. It's cracking over here also. We're now on the far north side. Just very, very minor little cracks here, like you see right there. This is just decorative. Looks fine. Let's stop and look to the right now and look at the buildings. We're going to go that way. The PVC fence looks fine. We're looking at the wall here. We're looking west, the exterior wall. You see the screens. Looking to my left and on the sidewalk here, looking at another one of these decorative lamps, and you see here again, the PVC is on the inside, the plastic is cracking here. Another crack is broken right there. There's a crack across the entire top of this one. Okay, you can see on the side, you go around, you'll see more breaks in that area. And this is our last decorative piece. Again, there's just some hairline cracks here in the top. See them up here. And the plastic is on the inside here is cracked as well. It's minor cracks. It's just dry. It feels real dry. And you look on the back, there's a much more pronounced crack in the back. You see it there? The rest of the sidewalk looks good. We're now going to look at the building itself here. From south to north, we're looking to the west. I think that they're being replaced, but I want to just make sure I note there's a large tear here in the screen right by the door, on the left side of the door, which is the south side. And that's going to complete the outside. We're going to step again, like last time, into the patio area only. We're not going to the building. Okay, we're now going to start on the inside of this location. We're going to go into the lanai area only. We will not be going into the building interior. Looking at the door entrance, it looks good. As we come in, we'll look to our left, which is south. Looking up, you see the ceiling fan working. The pillars all look good. The walls look good. Again, you see that same opening here, the tear in the screen. Just looking around, don't really see anything to note. There's some minor damage here on the wall next to the building. At the building, not next to it, at the building. Now, I know this door is coming out, but I want to just show you up top here how this place is opened up. It's broken. We're walking toward the north, looking directly at the main sliding glass doors. The ceiling area in this area all looks good. There are also two windows on the other side of the door, on the north side. Now I note that this ceiling fan is not on. I don't know if it's working or not, but it's not running at the time. One is running and one is not running. There's a small hairline crack here just below this window on the right side of the door, the first window. There's also been painted over, but you see some scrub marks here, some scratches here, kind of hard to see, but on the wall just below the window. Now, I want to have to point up here and notice this is, it's water has been up here. You can see here on the window, on the inside of the window, in this corner, it's been wet. See the droplets have dried and gotten dirty. Same up here, this area is very dirty. Have not seen that before in any other building. Look down at the floor now. Looking behind us, it all looks good. Here to the north. If you start walking back toward the south here, right at the door, the glass, you'll see a very long, pronounced crack in the concrete. And so far, the rest of the door, the rest of the concrete floor looks good. That's going to conclude the inside of this area.